Hey guys, Zero here again, and it's another Warhammer Wednesday, so we have another Warhammer unboxing. This one's pretty basic, but very cool nonetheless. I actually picked up the old school, or not old school, but like I think 6th, 7th edition Space Marines command set. I picked this up because I am currently going to be working on a project, my own little project here for a model I picked up because I watched the Hell's Reach, the animated audio book for the Black Templar, the Black Templars, yeah. For Armageddon, like Hell's Reach. It was a really good book, audiobook, and the animation was phenomenal. So I picked up this chaplain a while back. He's the old school chaplain. And I took it back, the jump pack off, and we're going to turn him into Grimaldus, and then this is going to be his squad of Marines that he went to Armageddon with. So we're gonna, that's an upcoming project we're gonna get to. I also picked up, now this is cool, the Space Marines Adventures paint set from Barnes & Noble. It's exclusive to Barnes & Noble. A little thing right there, a little Barnes & Noble thing. This set, and I have paints, but some of the paints in here I didn't have, so I was like, you know what, let me just fill in those blanks. But very cool because this was $34.99. I don't know if you can see that. Did I showing you guys that correctly? $34.99. But I got this for $28 shipped to me from Barnes & Noble online because we had a 20% off coupon, and we're also, you know, the book club members, so you always get 10% off everything online. So I encourage you guys, if you're looking for this is probably the cheapest paint set you'll ever get from Games Workshop. First of all, it's $34 for what do you got? 9, 12, 13 paints and a brush. You know, there's only one other set with that many paints, and it's pretty expensive. So you're not going to get a paint set for cheaper than this, and if you go through the Barnes & Noble Club, you're going to get it even cheaper. And I mean, that's a great deal for paint. You know, even you may not need yellow right now, but it's definitely a color that, you know, it's good to have. And I also picked up, last but definitely not least, the 2019 chapter approved, because I got tired of waiting for my buddy to pick it up. So we're going to pop this open and take a quick look. I won't go through any of the stats or anything like that. We'll just do a quick overview of what's inside the book, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, that's it so far. So let's get over to the table. We'll pop open the paint set. We'll pop open the miniatures, take a look at the miniatures, and see what we get. All right, guys, sit tight. Okay guys, let's take a quick look at what we got here. Let's take a look at these paints real quick. Again, this is from Barnes & Noble. And it was really, really cheap. You know, if you're on the club, if you're in that club, you might as well take advantage of it. And if you need paints, why not, you know? There's the warning label. It's aside, and supposedly you get all the colors you need to paint the current line of Space Marine Adventures figures. So the figures that come in that game, this is all the paints you need to paint them. Now they just added some booster sets for that game, some new Space Marines from different chapters and stuff like that. But that's, you know, this was obviously released prior, you know. So there's a list of colors. You've got Aggrass, Earthshade, Abaddon Black, and Lead Belcher, Rockhearth Flush. Is it One Fang Brown? Yeah. Let's take a look. Some other colors here. Come on. I'm going to tear this open to actually get it out. Stupid box. So there's a whole safety warning thing here. About what to do if you get the paint in your eyes, any type of medical situation, medical emergency, what's required. Interesting. Looks like you have some pliers here and some glue would fit in here as well. That's interesting. So you got your paintbrush. This one actually has a finish, unlike the other starter set paintbrush I got where it was just the wood, the bare wood. But this one has a black finish over it, which is nice. Not a bad starting brush. And we've got a layer paint. First color is Skull White. Or White Scar, sorry. It used to be Skull White, now it's White Scar. And then we have the shade, Aggrass Earthshade. This is always good to have. And we have a flesh tone, Bugman's Glow. Another base, World Forest. That's cool. This looks like a little bit darker than Death Guard Green. Abaddon Black. Rockhearth Flesh. This is good. The Fang. It used to be like Space Wolf Gray or something like that. Everland Sunset. It's a cool dark yellow. Balthazar Gold. Morn Fang Brown. McCrag Blue, aka Ultramarines Blue. Lead Belcher. You can never have enough Lead Belcher. It's a great color, a smooth color. Mephiston Red. So it's not too bad. Like I said, for base colors, it's actually really good. You get a lot of good colors, you know, because there's other sets that you can get with just like red, yellow, blue, green, things like that, and there's other sets that you can get which just shades, you know, and things like that. So again, for a 13 paint set with a brush, $28 wasn't bad, you know, shipped. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you guys are members of Barnes and Noble, head on over, get yourself a good, you know, set of paints. I mean, if you're into GW paints, some people aren't. Some people are into Vallejo. Some people are into, you know, Badger, whatever. But if you are, it's a good way to build up your paint collection, and a cheap way to build up your paint collection, because, you know, basically, you know, they're not cheap paints by any means. All right, let's take a look at this Space Marine command set real quick. .25 mil bases, so you can tell it's an older set. That's probably why it was so cheap. The newer set comes with an extra figure, and it was like $45 or $42 or something like that. But this set, minus the figure, was $28. So I was like, you know what? I don't really need that figure for what I was trying to do. So I'm good with it. So there's the decals. Take a look at the instructions real quick. Old school. Old school instructions, man. This plus that equals that. That's it. Nothing fancy. Just good old-fashioned Space Marines. Multi-part Space Marines. I got some shoulder pads coming from Ollie. They have the little bumps on them, you know. I'm not sure which mark that's from, but some of the guys in the unit of the Reclusiarch's unit had them, so I want to just kind of get them as close looking as possible. I mean, they're not going to be exactly the same, but they're really close. And this box set actually fulfills that unit really closely. So here we have the banner pole sprue, which I'm glad. I was talking to my buddy Rob, and we were both kind of talking about the banner, and that we thought that the banner actually had like embossed Ultramarines stuff on it, but you can see it doesn't. So that's cool. So I can just go ahead and paint the Black Templar stuff on there. So that's pretty cool. And then there's a small banner for like the sergeant, you know, or whatever. There we go. You can see all the space here, all the open space between the sprues. You can tell it's definitely an older kit. But, you know, it is what it is. Shoulder pads, icons, adornments, things like that, and backpacks. Not bad. I'm going to use some of these shoulder pads, just probably not the ones with the Ultramarine stuff on it, but I'll definitely be using some of them. I'll just have to watch the video again and make sure some of them work, you know, which ones work, which ones don't. So that's cool. A little shield there. That's pretty cool. And then we have the standard Space Marine sprue with the legs. And I don't think there's anything special about this sprue. I believe this is just a generic. That looks like just a generic Space Marine sprue. Another little banner. Use these for like objective markers, you know. It's pretty cool. There you go. That is the Warhammer 40K Space Marines Command Squad. Right there. I'm gonna get those guys done, and they'll be able to hang out with Cruise the Ark Grimaldus finally be a unit, a full squad. I won't be using these 25mm bases. I'll be using the larger bases because I put Grimaldus on a 32mm, so I'll put the other guys on 32mm as well, just because they're Space Marines. Let me see if I can get this open real quick. Chapter approved, 2019 edition. Gaming in the 41st millennium. Munitorium Field Manual, 2019. We'll see what they both do, or are. What the hell just happened? What is this? Oh, thought I cut that open. It's the back cover, or what was on the back cover. Let's get away from there a little bit. Oh. Alright. We'll take a quick peek. What's in here? Some fancy artwork. Open play, open war. More army generator. Necron dude looks pretty cool. Some cool artwork in here. It's definitely some new stuff. Narrative play. You know, I have not tried a narrative game yet of 40K. It's, I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. I'd like to, though. I like the idea of narrative play, you know, where you encounter things like you would encounter in the book. One dude taking on a squad of unsuspecting guys, or, you know, a squad of dudes taking on a dreadnought, or a chaos dreadnought, or hellbrood, or whatever you call them. Be fun. Linked games. So scenarios. Modes of play. Scenario setups, last stand. Cool. Matched play. New battlefronts. I heard they were going to do that, add environmental stuff, which is cool. They had it before in like 4th edition, but then they stopped using it in 5th, 6th, and 7th. Which I always thought was a good, you know, it's cool to have stuff like that because it gives you variety, you know, schemes of war. I don't know what that means. We'll look into it. So here's the new and updated data sheets. I don't know who this is for, but looks like the Slanesh chicks. Cool. Horrors, blood crushers, flesh hounds, fortifications, Aegis defense line, Imperial bastion, Imperial defense line, Imperial bunker, inventions, weapons, batteries, fortress of redemption, plasma obliterators, macro cannon, wood shield generator, There it is, Fortress of Redemption. 21 points. Cool, cool. Battlefield terrain. Okay, so rules for that stuff. Okay, cool. They put the Sector Imperialis stuff in there. Cool. Alright. So a couple things updated. Added in, which is kind of nice. Like I said, it's always nice to have scenario-based stuff, or mission-based things, or narrative play-based things, and terrain and environment always make things more exciting and dangerous. A lot of times people don't like to play that because it's dangerous. You lose a guy to some plants, and then it's like, that sucks. So here we have the new data sheets update. You've got the Adeptus Astartes and their costs for everything. Space Wolves, cost for everything. Okay. Very nice. Forces of the Imperium. Nostrum Latarum. So this is the book everybody's going to want. Forces of Chaos. There we go. Chosen 12 points. 5 to 10 guys. Death Guard. I'm looking here. Plague Marines. 16 points for a Plague Marine. Jesus. Take the wheel. Well, it is what it is. Thousand Suns. Chaos Demons. Chaos Knights. Forces of Xenos. Craft World. Cool, cool. So yeah, this is all stats and point costs for everything. That's up to wait a minute. Forge World points values. Aha. $200 points for a Land Raider Achilles. Cool. They got the Forge World points in here, which is really nice because Renegades and Heretics. Heretic Titan Legion. Chaos Reaver Battle Titan. 4,000 points. Whew. Rogue Trader. Blackstone Fortress. Tyranids. Alright. There you go. That's everything that we got for Warhammer 40K this week. Paints, books, minis. What else could you want? As always, guys, like, subscribe, share. Hit us over on the Discord server, Tabletop Dungeoneers, if you're interested in meeting other crafty DMs and people who are into creative things. And I'm on there as well. So tell them Zero sent you when you go. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching.